So I could never see myself as an actress when I was younger. And I decided to start taking myself out of my comfort zone. I tried extras work. Now I want to take myself out of my comfort zone even more. So how do I do that? And one of the biggest challenges was learning all the different techniques and understanding why they're important and what they did. One of my major hurdles was being a perfectionist and never quite being happy with what I was putting out there. And I'd say probably just make sure that you've got another flow of income coming in besides, and not necessarily rely on the acting to bring in the income. If you make sure that you put in the preparation, if it doesn't quite work out the way you wanted it to, at least you know that you did your best. And, if you did your best and you still didn't get an audition, you still didn't get
that part
selected for a part after an audition, then you sit down and you learn from your self-tape. You go through it and see, okay, how can I make sure that I am improving on this the next time that I'm going into a similar situation? People used to come to therapy and say, I really enjoyed that. And normally when people go to therapy, that's not what they say, that causes the actual problem. The problem deep down is the way in which we're thinking. So the way in which we respond and deal with problems. That's what kind of causes us to have the anxieties if we're dealing with problems in a negative way and we're thinking quite negative. Have a picture of yourself in front of you, but make that picture the best version of you. And when you've created that picture of you in detail and you've gone, okay, this best version of me behaves like this, and they're standing tall and they look confident and they're radiant. When you've done that, imagine that you're stepping into that person. So consistently attend classes, experiment with different rehearsal methods, and just see what works for you. Gain as much experience as possible so you have a lot to offer in your toolkit. Start looking at how you can learn accents quite quickly, what methods that you can use in order to learn your lines quite quickly, and then put the physicality aspect into them as well.
And this is very special info for all the artists who can use this content to help them out when they face anxiety and how to deal with anxiety, which is kind of a mental health thing we also covered. This is kind of a plus for all the listeners who are watching it. So hey everyone, welcome back to Create Your Ears In podcast. This is another guest interview, and now we have on board with us actress Ana Shia Pierre. Welcome to the show, Ana.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Okay, so before we move on, there is a bit confusion with your name. It was Ana Rawson, and in the last project, and in this project it's Ana Shia Pierre. So why this difficult name that you chose? Why?
The reason why I had to change my name is because there is quite a famous golfer who is also an actress and a model called Ana Rawson.
Wow.
So obviously then our work would cross over, and it's difficult for people to find you online when you've got the same name as somebody else that's in the industry. So the reason that I chose Ana Shia Pierre, I've got Jewish history, and Shea means gift in Hebrew, and Pierre was my dad's name is Pierre, and my granddad's name is Peter. Sorry, my granddad's name was Omre Pierre. So that's why I chose Pierre.
Got it. Thank you for explaining in detail about what is the history associated and why you came up with that name. I know I googled that name. I came up with the same personality with the same name. She's a golfer, she's model, she's actress. So what's your story? Why did you choose acting as a career, and why you want to pursue in this field of acting? What was that thing that struck you? What's your story of coming into this field?
So it's quite different to most people's stories. I feel like most people say that they wanted to be an actor from a really young age, and that was never kind of that was never what I was after, and I wasn't the kind of child that was outgoing, and I was quite shy. So I could never see myself as an actress when I was younger. But then once I started having hypnotherapy, and I decided to start taking myself out of my comfort zone, I tried extras work. And the extras work then led on to, okay, so I feel comfortable in this situation now, on set as a extra or supporting artist.
Yeah.
Now I want to take myself out of my comfort zone even more. So how do I do that? And acting seemed really exciting to me. So I thought, let's give it a go and see what happens. So I created a show reel and tried a few different avenues, did a bit of research into acting. And then, just went from there, really. And now I'm at university and making sure that I've got all those proper techniques and principles behind the acting in order to do a great job, hopefully.
Got it. So it's kind of inspirational journey. You try to overcome your fear and try to overcome your what you see was the biggest inbuilt danger or that zone that you can't pass in. That was the thing that you want to really crack in. And it's kind of inspirational when you started as extras and then really slowly covered yourself and made it into the professional actress. So as an actress now, as a new actress, what I can see, you just starting up in short films and upcoming projects. What are the challenges that you faced and how you overcome that as an actress?
I'd say one of the biggest challenges for me, because I wasn't when I first tried acting, obviously I didn't have any training. So one of the biggest challenges was learning all the different techniques and understanding why they're important and what they did and how they helped my craft. I wanted to go into the acting industry, and I'm quite a perfectionist. So I wanted to go into the acting industry and be great at what I do rather than, I didn't just want to try it half-heartedly. I wanted to go in and be great. So I decided to start an accelerated BA honours degree in acting. So it's like drama school training. And I'm about to finish my first year. So I'd say one of my major hurdles was being a perfectionist and never quite being happy with what I was putting out there. And I still do scrutinize my work quite a bit, but I'm kind to myself when I do it now. I do it in a very different way where I can just learn from where I feel that I didn't excel and make sure that I do excel in that field next time.
Yeah. Just giving yourself time that, you can do it. You can do it more better. Just need time. And time is the thing that you have to give yourself, be patient, and then it will work. It will work in a very good way. Got it. So being patient is being patient with yourself, and it's something takes time. Some good thing takes time. That's the thing. That's the key that you use. Got it.
Absolutely. And you're constantly learning along the way. Every time you don't get it quite right, it's an opportunity to then get it right next time.
Yep. So here's another question that I was really excited to know about. What kind of roles, as you worked on 2 different projects, to all the listeners that I want to share that Anna's recent work with us was in Valentine's Special Story, where she played Ana again. That was a character's name, but she played the beautiful role in the Valentine's Special Story. You can check out. But hold on, you can check it after this interview. So that was a second project, and the first project was very small part, but very, very important part in Prisoner's Daughter, which is our most listened episode and Urban's top 5 best podcast episode. So you've worked in 2 different roles with our show, what I can say. But what kind of roles are you most interested in playing, and why do these type of characters appeal to you?
I've realized that I actually really like playing evil characters. And I think it's because it's the opposite to who I am, and it challenges me more. It takes me out of my comfort zone, but it's also a really great outlet as well to be able to just be
like extremist for a bit, extremist.
Absolutely, and just get into that mindset that's completely different. And like I said, it makes it much more challenging because I really don't think that I'm that kind of person. I like to think anyway. So yeah, and then also equally I enjoy the roles that are succinct to me and the roles that are feel, more like my character as well. It's interesting just to try out different styles and see how many different evil characters you can come up with.
Wow.
Really take into account like their background and who they are and where they come from and why they might be the evil
Yeah.
person that they are today.
What
So I
is the
find that
reason?
interesting, going through their journey.
Got it. Got it. Never thought that would be the thing with you. Uh, like
There you go.
completely opposite. I thought like some people are positive, so they want to portray more positivity by the work you do. You're completely opposite. You want to try the evil thing and find out why evils are that evil, and figure out why do they do that. Maybe that is the thing that you want to know with your therapy thing that you do, so you can come up with more better consultation to your clients. I just guessed that. So here's the thing.
Well,
I want. Yeah, you go on.
I was just saying it's just interesting to like think about what kind of journey that they might have gone on to lead them to then be that person that they are today. And I think the reason why I like it is because it is when I'm a hypnotherapist, I've got a very different hat on to when I'm an actor.
Got it. Yeah. Every villain has a story, and every villain is not a villain if their story is told in a much better way. That's what there's a quote I've read. I've been working with lots of authors, so I read a quote which is like every villain is not a villain actually if his story is told in a proper way. I guess it was in that kind of frame. So that's the thing that you are looking for, I guess. Uh, okay.
Absolutely.
So here is one thing I'd like to ask from fellow actors and actors who are from the groups that I've been a part of, on Facebook groups that I'm talking about, from New York, from LA, from like UK, from Birmingham. All those people have one thing question. Like they may be facing these struggles, starting out, new career, just a hobby, just a dream, and then starting in this industry. How do you maintain financial stability in the industry, in this industry specifically, that is often unstable because you have gigs, then don't get paid, lots of issue. So how do you maintain your financial stability as an actress?
I think it's always good to have two outlets anyway. And I'm the kind of person that always needs a few different projects going on, to kind of keep it interesting. I mean, acting is very interesting anyway, and obviously you come across a lot of challenges anyway. But it's always good to have something else that you can fall back on. There's a lot of in the UK. There's a lot of event work that you can take on. So you could go and do some event work at a festival, or acting roles within a. I don't know if you have them there, but we have what we call scare fests at Halloween. Christmas as well, doing a bit of character work at Christmas. Just thinking about what other thing in life you really love, and what you could do that could give you a steady income alongside the acting. There are plenty of businesses also take on the flexibility to kind of take the time off around their acting job. So yeah, I'd say probably just make sure that you've got another flow of income coming in besides, and not necessarily rely on the acting to bring in the income.
Yeah. That's the one thing that I was looking for. Like, I thought I got the same vibe. You can't push on something in the early stage to get it monetized because it takes time and you have to give it time. So you have to just find another source so you don't rely and don't put this thing under pressure. So you start looking for something in, and then you starting to destroy it rather than to build it, and then you started losing hope, and you think like it is not working for me, and so it's just take time. So you just have to figure out another thing, another gig, another thing that really excites you in the same manner, which can give you money. So this thing takes time. So let it grow like a tree, like a seed, like that grows and takes time to be a tree that gives the fruits after some time. So
Yeah, I know. I think as well, when you're focused on what you can get out of it financially,
Mhm.
you lose your passion and you put the
Yeah.
wrong energy, if you like, out
Yes.
into
Yes.
the atmosphere around you, and then what you get back isn't what you were expecting. Whereas when you go at it with passion, and that's your motivation, you're much more likely to be successful
Got it.
in any walk of life.
Thank you so much. I'll be making this clip and providing, I guess, lot of new starters, new beginners, and people are looking for coming up, and this will be very benefited. Like they can figure out something that will help them, so they can manage it properly for next 5 years, 6 years. Now here comes very heartbreaking part from your like point of view as an actress. How do you deal with rejection and uncertainty in the early stage of your career? And what strategies have you developed to stay motivated?
Um, I think life is what you make it. Um, I don't let I don't let rejection bother me. That's not to say that I haven't done in the past,
Mm,
but I think you learn to be quite thick-skinned in the industry.
mm,
Um, but I don't feel like but at the same time, I don't really feel like I've experienced any devastating knockbacks. Um, so although, yeah, there has been some, there has been some knockbacks that I've had along the way. There's nothing that's ever kind of really threw me. Um, and like I was saying before, I think if you make sure that you put in the preparation,
mm.
if it doesn't quite work out the way you wanted it to, at least you know that you did your best.
Yeah,
And if you did your best and you still didn't get an audition, you still didn't get
that part.
selected for a part after an audition, then you sit down and you learn from your self-tape. You go through it and see, okay, how can I make sure that I am improving on this the next time that I'm going into a similar situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say, to sum it up, just make sure that preparation
Mm.
is key. If you
Yeah,
put in the preparation, you can't beat yourself up after when it's not quite gone your way. And sometimes as well, you have to remember that they might be looking for a certain look. They might be looking for something that you cannot achieve because you're not made up that way. And that's okay.
got it. Got it. Thank you for putting it out in very beautiful way. That how should you look at your failures and like something that really didn't pop up, even you tried it very hard. Just smile at it and you learn something and use it in another one with more power. So it will work. Like that's it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Now here we come on your career, which was before the acting, the Anna before this real like we were talking about now, Ana Shia Pierre, but now we will talk about Anna Rawson, who was before
Okay.
this. You are an hypnotherapist, a solution focused hypnotherapist. Now, what inspired you to become this hypnotherapist, and how did you get started in this field?
So many years ago, I suffered with anxiety, quite bad anxiety that became debilitating. So after trying other methods, I tried solution focused hypnotherapy and it really worked for me. It just felt different to other therapies that I'd experienced, and I tried a lot of different techniques.
Got
It was and it focused on the solutions, not the problems, and on the here and now without the need to kind of delve into the past in quite a negative way. So once I'd experienced solution focused hypnotherapy and I could see what it did for me, I decided that actually I wanted to go and share this with other people. So through creating case studies, so as part of my training, we had to create some case studies. I realized that people actually really enjoyed this form of therapy. People used to come to therapy and say, I really enjoyed that. And normally when people go to therapy, that's not what they say. So it just seemed like a really lovely, rewarding way for people to get better that was gentle, kind, and quicker than normal, normal.
It worked. It clicked. What we can say.
I don't know the word normal. other alternative options. Basically, it just seemed to work quicker and was kinder. So yeah, so that's why I got into being a hypnotherapist.
Got it. That's the thing that clicked really in a bigger way, in major percentage with people, and that's what made you to start a career in this hypnotherapist field. What we can say in the field of
Yeah.
therapy. So, what are the most common causes of anxiety that you have seen in your clients, and how do you work with them to overcome these challenges?
So anxiety comes from negative thoughts.
Hmm.
So it's not necessarily the events that we face that's the problem. So it wouldn't be the experiences that we've had in life that causes the actual problem. The problem deep down is the way in which we're thinking. So the way in which we respond and deal with problems. That's what kind of causes us to have the anxieties if we're dealing with problems in a negative way and we're thinking quite negatively. So solution focused hypnotherapy uses neuroscience, so which is basically a scientific explanation of how the brain works, which helps clients to understand why they're feeling the way that they are. And actually, it's perfectly normal for them to feel this way. The way that the brain is designed means that our brains aren't actually, there's part of our brain that isn't designed for the way that we live in our modern day society. And this helps people to understand why they might be feeling so anxious. We also use psychotherapy as well in a solution focused way. And that gets clients consciously thinking about the possibilities of what life could look like. And then we use trance as well, which helps change the subconscious settings in the brain for more positive settings, if you like. So solution-focused hypnotherapy focuses on solutions and not problems, and it offers a completely different experience to therapy. And like I said, my clients always report how much they enjoy their sessions, which is a really, really lovely feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much on talking about it. So I have another question on the same thing, which is like, what are some practical strategies that individuals can use to manage their anxiety on a day-to-day basis, and how can hypnotherapy support these efforts?
Okay, so it sounds really simple, and it is really simple, but whatever you're going to do to help change the way that your brain is thinking, it has to be done repetitively. We only really change things in our subconscious if we do things in a repetitive manner. So the things that come automatically will eventually, if we do things consciously over and over and over and over again, they will become subconscious. So if we automatically have negative thoughts, we can then automatically change those for positive thoughts. So the one thing that I always ask my clients to do is write 3 things at the end of the day that's been good about their day. And the reason for this is we're really quick to notice the bad things that have happened, but we don't always notice the good things that have happened. Quite often we'll have a day and there may have been 10 minutes in it or an hour in it that was a bit rubbish, that we would like, that really, really upset us and annoyed us.
Yeah.
And we'll let it annoy us for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And we won't see all of those other little things that happened, the nice conversation that you had with the guy in the shop, or the guy that walked past you and smiled at you, or just having a conversation
just simple happy
with a
things
friend that made you feel good. Really, really simple things. So if at the end of the day you feel like you've had a rubbish day, that's the most important time to be sitting there and looking out for those things, the good things that happened. You still got up in the morning. You still made it to work on time. There was things that you did achieve in that day that you just have to bring into your awareness. And this will help change those settings in the brain. And like I said, when we do this in a repetitive way, this will become automatic subconsciously too. So another thing that I would say is to remind yourself of all the things that you do have in life.
Yeah.
And be present. Live in the moment and don't be distracted by the past, by worrying about things that have happened that's already happened. It's happened. It's gone. It doesn't matter. It's,
Yeah.
you know, concentrate on the here and now, and don't negatively forecast the future. So telling yourself, I can't do this, I can't do those things. And if you're just living in the present and not thinking about everything else that's going on, you're going to feel much happier.
Yeah.
Another thing that I would say is use affirmations to improve confidence.
Mm.
So you can look in the mirror and remind yourself, you know, tell yourself of all the good things. You know, if you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, find the thing that you do like about yourself and remind yourself every day, I really like that about myself. And you can build on that over time. Another thing I would say is doing meditation and taking regular breaks throughout the day, just giving yourself headspace away from the problems, and not end goaling. So end goaling is when you put your happiness on something that is finished. So you're like, I'll be happy when I've achieved that. I'll be happy when I've bought my own house. The problem with end goaling is it means that we don't enjoy the journey. We don't enjoy the process of what we're doing. We just look to get to the end. And then as soon as we're at the end of that, we then put our happiness on the end of something else. So in effect, we're never happy if we're end goaling all the time. I would also say visualization. So visualization and hypnotherapy works obviously alongside these methods to help change the brain settings. But what we can do with visualization is really tap into, you know, have a picture of yourself in front of you, but make that picture the best version of you. And when you've created that picture of you in detail and you've gone, okay, this best version of me behaved like this, and they're standing tall and they look confident and they, you know, they're radiant. When you've done that, imagine that you're stepping into that person. You can also do that as when you're preparing to therapy, come hand in hand. If you are struggling in any way, is to read a book. Well, I'd recommend reading them anyway, because it has a really good insight on how your brain works. But read the book Cavemen and Polar Bears by Andy Workman.
Okay, like what advice would you give to someone who is considering seeking hypnotherapy for anxiety, and what should they expect from the process? Like, I know you told it, but in short and simple words, can you tell the people or the actors in this, because artists go through a lot of anxiety, because this field is filled with anxiety, you know, that's a part of it. If you are an artist, anxiety comes with that. It's not additional, it is inbuilt in every actor and everyone who's performing. So yeah, can you answer this question to the community, which we call as an artist?
I can. Just back on the last point, and the point in which you raised there about actors experiencing quite a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
A small amount of stress is actually really quite good for us, and we can use it to spur us on and to get us where we need to be. So I just wanted to also just make that point. But yeah, I would say look for a solution-focused practitioner and ensure that they are properly trained. So here in the UK, we have a website called the Hypnotherapy Directory, and every hypnotherapist that is properly trained and under a professional body is on that website. So yeah, ensure that your hypnotherapist is properly trained. This form of therapy works just as well online as face-to-face, but if you're looking for a therapist face-to-face, you can go on that directory and it will show you other hypnotherapists that are in your area. Perhaps look out for somebody that specialises in the issue that you're dealing with as well. So if you're particularly anxious, you might look for a hypnotherapist that specialises in anxiety. So the way the process works is you would come for a consultation. We would discuss what it is that you want to overcome, and then I would do an explanation of the brain in an easy to understand way. So that is how the initial consultation works. Sorry about that. 1 moment. So then when you come for sessions after the initial consultation, you would come along and I would ask you what's been good. So I wouldn't say, how are you? I'd ask you what's been good. And I'd get you to tell me everything that's been good about your week since the last time I saw you. This helps, again, change those settings that we spoke about earlier. We'd then do a bit of revision of the brain and look back at some of the stuff that we discussed in the initial consultation as to how the brain works. And then we look at scaling. So with scaling, I would say, so say you were coming to me to improve confidence. I would say to you, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, where do you rate your confidence at? And you might say, I'm a 4. And I would say, okay, I really want you to imagine now, if a miracle happened in the middle of the night and you woke up in the morning, you were a 5 or a 6, what would that look like? How would you know that you're a 5 or a 6? We'd continue the conversation until we see a doing picture. And it just gets you really thinking in detail about what that looks like for you. And then we would go on to and we might do some visualization as well, just depending. I would tailor it to the client. You know, of your perfect day or your perfect you. So if we did visualization of your perfect day, that's somewhere that you can then take yourself when you need to get into a good place, into the zone, if you like. And then when we look at the perfect you, when you can imagine what you could possibly be in the future, it's much more attainable. If you can't imagine it, it's not going to be as attainable. So that's the reason for the visualization. And then finally we do trance, and this is like storytelling. The client just relaxes while I tell them a story, basically. It's not what everyone thinks it is. You can answer your phone halfway through if you really wanted to. You know, it's not being put under, if you like stage hypnotism. That's not how it works. And this talks to the subconscious brain and helps change our unwanted thought problems on a subconscious level. It's effectively, if you imagine a ski slope and you've gone down the same path over and over and over again, it helps put a fresh pile of snow down and create new neurotransmitters within the brain. So new connections within the brain that are healthier and help us to feel better moving forward.
Got it. Thank you so much for talking on that particular topic. I guess the way you told all about all things, we need another episode for that particular thing. My video is going on and off. I don't know why, but this happens at the end of every episode. I'm getting this kind of thing happening. I'm trying to use better softwares now on. But I guess we will be making another episode special for this anxiety and mental health. Just bear with my video. Video is not working at this moment, but we will be making another episode and releasing, and I'll be putting it on board and telling you like we are doing that. So this will be a special again with this also, and then I'll release it after some months or a month or two. Now, please tell us about, we kind of jumped on different topics at this moment, like from actress to therapist, hypnotherapist. So I was also hypnotized with the words and the things. I was completely drawn into your world of hypnotherapy. And so please tell us about your upcoming projects as an artist. Are there upcoming projects? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I'm really, obviously, I'm at uni. I'm doing an accelerated degree in acting, just coming to the end of year 1, and it's very, very nice. Yeah, it's a lot, but so it's not really giving me a massive amount of room to do many projects.
God, I know that. I know that.
However, I have got a few. I have got a few in the pipeline. So, I've been doing a show, one of which is it's called the House of Reggie TV show, and it's Thor versus the Purge, and in this particular series, I play 2 villains: the World Corporation leader and a queen from an alternative universe. So that's quite exciting. So we filmed part of that, and we've got some more filming to do on that. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. But I'm also involved in a pilot for Netflix. That's got a couple of.
This is really...
Yeah, so
I am so excited that my screen is not working. I'm seriously. What the hell is happening? Okay. Okay. So this is coming on upcoming Netflix project. You have some superhero stuff going on. Go on, go on. I just stopped
Yeah,
you.
so this is a pilot for Netflix.
Okay.
It has got a couple of famous faces in it as well. And it's a comedy that's set in a tattoo parlor.
Hmm.
And when I first read the script, I remember feeling really, really aligned with the project, and it
Okay.
just felt like it was something that just really resonated with me. So yeah, it's because it's a Kickstarter and it will
Mm.
be a pilot that's being put forward to Netflix. If
Got
it's something that people are interested in,
it.
they can. I'll pass the link over to you, and people can go and kind of see what it's about and support us as well, if they can.
Got it.
So I will send that link over to you.
Sure.
But yeah, this one is really exciting for me also.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it. Got it.
I'm really,
When
really excited about this project.
I'm really happy for you, but it's just my screen is not working, so you can see my happiness on screen. But I'm really really happy. This thing happens. But this is really exciting news. So just message me. When these projects are coming out, I'll be happy to get you on board again, and I'll happy to share the trailer and the anything that is related to the movie. I'll be happy to share on my social and all. Just message me, give one message, and I'll do that for you.
Okay.
This is really good that you are coming. I thought you are really busy in your work that you're doing. I guess you're studying, so you're busy because I was like texting you. You were like texting me after a very very long time. I thought, okay, is it
Yeah.
happening or not? I was really confused because kind of in a atmosphere where people regularly text me back. And when it comes to you, you were like, I thought she's in college or what's going on. I'm not getting it, but okay, it looks very busy, but you got this project on board, and this is really,
Yeah.
really, really big thing for you.
Put around the assessments, and right now my life is so consumed with uni that nothing else is coming into my peripheral,
Yeah.
so yeah, just purely because it's assessment time. But
Yeah.
hopefully in a couple of weeks' time things will start to calm down a little bit.
Wow. So I was talking about this is the last part of the interview where
Mhm.
can you share, can you share any advice that you would like to give to aspiring actresses who are just starting up, who are doing the work from last 2 3 years, from your experience, what advice that you'd like to give to actors actresses that will help them, uh, so which helped you, so that kind of thing that you can give that tip to them, anything.
Yeah, so I would say again, trying to think in a solution focused way. So thinking about what you can achieve rather than what you can't achieve. And using that visualization that I mentioned earlier and consistently thinking of what the best case scenario could be. I would also say networking, experience, and continuous professional development are really important. So networking is great for opening doors. The
Yeah.
more people you speak to, the more opportunities you're going to have, the more doors will open. Um, Take part in student films. Take part in as many student films as you can. One, it's free showreel material, um, and it gets you great experience as well. So any kind of opportunity, any productions that you see coming up, if they're not paid, just go along and just experience them. They're going to make you feel more comfortable in front of the camera as well. And then I would say training and continuous professional development. So consistently attend classes, experiment with different rehearsal methods, and just see what works for you. Gain as much experience as possible so you have a lot to offer in your toolkit. Start looking at how you can learn accents quite quickly, what methods that you can use in order to learn your lines quite quickly, and then put the physicality aspect into them as
Yeah.
well. So that is what I would say would be my main advice for somebody that's just starting out.
Got it. Thank you so much, actress Anna Rawson. Sorry, actress Ana Shia Pierre. Because I was literally that is a very hard name for me to remember, but this is it. She is actress Ana Shia Pierre as a stage name. What we can see, she has it. Thank you so much for being on the show. We talked a lot about your journey, about your ups and downs, experiences, and like how you face the fear. We talked more about hypnotherapy, and this is very special info for all the artists who can use this content to help them out when they face anxiety, and how to deal with anxiety, which is kind of a mental health thing. We also covered. This is kind of a plus for all the listeners who are watching it. I'm trying to make another episode using this, so you'll have a separate thing just to focus on anxiety and all. So that will be coming up. Thank you so much for being on the show. I guess we covered a lot. Anything else? Anything else we would like to talk on? Nothing, I guess.
I don't think. I mean, I did make some notes before we started, which just completely went out of the window, and I just went off on my own little tangents anyway. I'm just having a look through. I don't think there's anything.
Yeah. I guess this happens. Yeah, this happens with me when it's kind of natural flow, you know. You don't have to do arrange thing. It's just about you talking in a way that people can consume in very normal, and that can help them and upgrade them with insights that you pop in. So yeah, this is kind of experience every guest go through. Like, it's very smooth, and you don't have to think a lot and pop on a lot of thoughts. So yeah, I guess we covered a lot. So to all the listeners, go check out now Ana Rawson's recent work with our show, which is Valentine's special story, Crossing Borders of Love, where she has done a beautiful job. Go listen to the story. I'm linking link of the story below. I'm also linking Anna's Instagram, Facebook, and her email ID. Or you can connect with her for hypnotherapy. She'll also give her email or any business related info. So go check out the show notes description, where all the a recent episode with us, a collaboration, then all about her Facebook, social, Instagram, or email, business-related info, everything related to social media will be there. Also, you can check out, we have just upgraded our website according to genre. So this is a new thing that we did, Anna, at this moment. Okay. So you can go and check on our website. We have divided all stories according to genres. So there's romance, and there's action, adventure, mystery, thriller, crime, drama. Then there's most popular series. So we've divided into all the genres that excites people, because we have did over 160 stories till date. So divided into genres. So you can go and check out as per your favorite genre, and it is all in the description. So everything you want to know more from our show, from our guest, connect with the guest, is everything in the show notes. Just for one more time, Anna, please share your Instagram and Facebook by the name, so we can just they can just be very clear of.
Is it okay if I send the link for the Kickstarter, the comedy series that I was telling you about as well?
Sure. Yeah, just tell a bit in short about what the Kickstarter is, and then I'll talk about the link.
So the Kickstarter was for the show, the pilot series that we're making, called A Blank Canvas. And if you want to go and help or support it in any way, if you just click, or just want to know what it's about, really, click the link. I've not been added to the description page yet, but click the link and have a look at it, and yeah, see what your thoughts are, and if you can help and support in any way, then that would be amazing.
Guys, so if you're a film lover, if you love film, love movies, love the story and the storytelling, this is a project that is very very interesting, that Anna is working in. And if you want Anna to be a part of it, and that coming on, and those people have it, and you want to watch it, you can go check out the link. I'm using that Kickstarter link in the description. I'm linking the Kickstarter link below, so you can go and check out now. And yeah, I guess we've covered everything. So hope you do well. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay safe. I guess the weather is changing for everyone. It's changing for me at this moment. So it's summer for me. What's the weather for you? We are going into summer.
Yeah, and so we're in winter at the moment, but we're not too far away from spring.
So it's already changing. Yeah, it's already changing for us, and I'm pretty not excited for the summer, but it's still a part of our life, so we have to bear with it. And thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe. Go check out the show notes. Connect with Anna, connect with the Kickstarter, connect with our show. There's a lot of things. Just go and check the show notes. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned, stay safe. And that's it. I'm signing off.
Thank you.